Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello everyone and welcome to Tuesday's episode of Gardening with Ben. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the last episode because it did really well. I had some great comments back about the episode, about everything that I'd bought at the pollen market. So if you're not listening to the last episode, make sure you do listen to the last episode and I'll tell you everything that I purchased at the pollen market in Sheffield. And wow, I did not realise how many varieties of mint there actually is out there. So I may have started something bad here because I might actually start trying to get as many of them as possible. So if the suppliers from the pollen market are listening, make sure you get them in because I'll probably purchase them. So yeah, I've got a lot of mint plants out there to purchase. I'm not necessarily going to grow them to use them all. I'm going to use them obviously for the smell, to attract the insects, and to make it look nice as well, really. And obviously they'll hopefully guarantee to grow all the time, so hopefully it will fill a patching on the plot, because I do love growing stuff where it can fill an area and you don't have to keep adding plants to it. So the less I have to do, the better. That's what I always say. So yeah, thank you for all the comments on the last episode, and make sure you do click that subscribe button if you're a new listener or if you're a regular listener, because you will get notified when new episodes go up. And I am enjoying how many episodes I'm recording at the moment, and the amount of people that are listening now, it seems to be going up every single day, so thank you very much. So in today's episode we're going to talk about growing for one another, growing things to share. And this is a big topic for me really, because I obviously live on my own. I live in my own flat, so I have a huge allotment, absolutely huge, and to be honest, the produce that I grow, I could probably live off it for the year. The amount of stuff. Yesterday I picked one carrier bag full of apples, and I must have another 3 carrier bags left to pick. And if I was organised, if I was a good chef, I would cook them all, I would freeze them all, save them for sauces, use them for crumbles, and I could actually probably live off apples for the rest of the year. I must have at least 350 apples. So yeah, I could absolutely live off them for the year. So when I grow stuff, I don't grow it for myself, I grow it to share, because the best thing about gardening is about sharing the produce with others and letting them taste what such good fruit and vegetables you have grown. Even flowers. Grow flowers to share with one another. Grow them for people's vases. It's always good to grow flowers that you can cut and share with one another, and especially sweet peas. If you've not grown sweet peas before, I'm going to be planting mine shortly, so stay tuned for that. And you can share sweet peas with anyone, and the more you cut them, the more they'll grow, and you'll still have enough on your plant to enjoy down at the allotment. So when you're growing flowers, have a look around, see which ones you can grow for cutting and for sharing, and let others get the rewards from it. And another thing that I do is, obviously, I grow strawberry plants, so they all send out runners at the end of the year, and you're not going to use them all. Maybe I will. If you know how many strawberry plants I've got, you'd know I will. But they send out so many runners. Don't waste them. Pot them all up into either plant pots, cups, recycle containers, whatever you can find. Pot them up, let them root, give them out, share them with each other. Somebody who's just taken on an allotment, they may not have the money to buy strawberry plants for their plot. Pot them all up, share them with one another, and you never know, they might share something back with you later on, a plant that they're growing, and you think, that's nice that. Give them that warm welcome to the allotment site. It's good to share stuff with one another, and especially stuff like, I grow an abundance of rhubarb, I share that out with others so that they can have delicious crumbles. There's only certain things I do not share, and that are my actual strawberry fruits. I share the plants but not the fruits. Sweet corn, I don't share them, they are all for me. So yeah, there's some things that I don't share, but it's, again, when you're sowing your seeds, you're going to grow so many seeds down at the allotment that you won't need them all. It's same as tomato plants. You get a packet of tomato plants seeds and you think, oh, I can't be bothered wrapping the packet back up and storing it until next year. Just sow them all, and you don't think that they'll all germinate, but they actually do. I've had that many a times. All the packet of tomato seeds have actually germinated. It's unbelievable. So you'll end up with like 100 plants. So why not share them with other people? Same as sunflowers, why not sow loads of sunflower seeds, let them all grow, give one to every single neighbour on your street, and it will add a bloom to all the street and it'll look fantastic. Have a competition on the street, get everybody involved, seeing who can grow the biggest sunflower, the best sunflower. If you're allowed to sell stuff from your site, I'm not allowed to sell stuff. If you're allowed, sell them on Facebook Marketplace and to neighbours and to friends. Get back the money that you've paid for your seeds or for your rent for the year. There's always plenty of stuff what you can do with all your leftover plants. Don't let them go to waste. Or maybe you're thinking about setting up your own market stall. I follow quite a few people on Facebook that grow for selling on marketplaces, and they do fantastic. The price of organic vegetables and fruit from shops is ridiculous. It puts people off wanting to buy them. More people should be encouraged to buy them, but the price puts them off. People just think it's all the same, but it's not. They always go for the cheapest option, and I know I certainly do plenty of times. So why not think about setting up your own market? But yeah, an allotment is not just for you. It's about sharing your produce and your knowledge and your all the stuff you get with one another, and trust me, you will gain a lot of friends from this. And I certainly do. People always keep, my sister especially, she says to me, when are your plums ready, Ben? When are your plums ready? My mum's like, when are your cooking apples ready? Because cooking apples are that expensive in the supermarket, it's unbelievable. And some years I get absolutely in abundance, and I get the returns, I get the crumbles back. So yeah, sharing has its rewards. You grow the plants, you give the fruit away, you get crumbles back in return. So enjoy what you do, share with each other what you get, and you will feel the benefits from it. It's the joy of growing and giving away. Even why not give it to a food bank? If you've got too much excess vegetables and fruit, give it to a food bank, because they will welcome it for people that are needing it. And a place near me in Sheffield called Heist Brewery, they accept fruit and they will give you beer in return. So watch this space. I'm going to grow so much fruit next year, it'll see me through summer having free beers all the time. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's episode. I've certainly enjoyed recording it. Make sure you do click that subscribe button. Until next time, keep gardening, keep smiling, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel. to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.